price or power up to the games under £15 PSN sale. I've gone through the sale for you and I found some really cool games that I think you'll enjoy, and again you can save a ton of money on them as well. So if you like the idea of saving money and playing some really cool games, then subscribe and you'll never miss a good deal again. You're welcome here anytime. Okay, this sale ends on the 15th of March, so that'll be our last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. First up is a VR game, A Fisherman's Tale. It was released in 2020, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the low price of £1.79, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal for what looks like a really good puzzle game. This VR puzzle game has move controller requirements, so if you don't have them you can't play it, which is great because this game really benefits from them. In this 2019 VR Game of the Year winner, you play as a tiny fisherman puppet that receives a storm warning and now must make it to the top of the lighthouse by solving inventive and mind-blowing puzzles and turn on the light to save everyone. I like puzzle games and I love VR, so this game's really great for me. If you own a PSVR headset and you like puzzles, you should definitely take a look at this one. It's a really good one, it's won a load of awards, people that have it love it, and it's at a really good price. It's definitely worth taking a look at. And hey, if you've never played a VR puzzle game before, this is a really good one to start with, so you should definitely take a look at it at least. You might even find your new favourite genre and really enjoy yourself, so take a look at it. I think you'll really enjoy it. We have a roguelike game next, City of Brass. It was released in 2018, so it's 5 years old, and it's on at least an 80% discount for the low price of £3.19 or £1.59 with PS Plus, which is a really great price, especially for a cool little game like this. This is a roguelike where you play as a daring thief, summoning the fabled City of Brass from the depths of the desert, and now with your trusty scimitar and whip, can you make it to the centre of the metropolis, or die trying as your time runs out? This was quite a big game when it came out. It was covered by a lot of people, and it was really well thought of. The people that reviewed it loved it, and a lot of people picked it up and enjoyed it too because of the reviews it got. It's a really good roguelike game, and it's really unusual to see a first person one as well. The bottom line is this is a great game at a really good price, so if you're a fan of roguelikes, definitely check it out. And hey, if you've never played a roguelike before, this is well worth taking a look at. It's a really good one, and it's different as well, and it's on a good price, so you can't really go far wrong. If you've always wanted to try a roguelike, why not try this one? You might really enjoy it. Dreamfall Chapters is our next game. It was released in 2017, so it's 6 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the low price of £2.39, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal, especially for a game that looks this good, as this version includes all 5 episodes of the game, with improved graphics and an extended soundtrack, now with 48 tracks to listen to. So you're getting the best version of the game, and the complete version as well, which is great. In this story-driven adventure, you get to experience a story set across 3 worlds in over 50 locations, as a coma patient trying to awaken from your slumber. It promises a deep and emotional story, with multiple decision paths and endings, with devastating consequences to your actions. A lot of games promise this, and I haven't played this one, so I don't know how well it delivers on it. But hey, there's not a lot of examples of this game genre, and this looks like a pretty decent one, at a really good price. So if you're a fan of games made by Telltale, or the Life is Strange series, then you'll probably really enjoy this game, so you might want to check it out if that sounds great to you. And hey, if you've never played a game genre like this before, then you could take a look at this, but you could also pick up Telltale games or Life is Strange games at roughly the same price, and they're much more well proven, and I'd probably recommend you do that instead. So why not subscribe and you won't miss them when they come on sale next. Next up is my Star Buy, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Royal Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 4 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the low price of £6.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a fantastic deal for such a really cool game, especially as this edition includes all 5 DLC expansions, The Treasures of the Past, From the Ashes, The Amorous Adventures of Bold Sir Capon, Band of Bastards, and A Woman's Law, so you get a massive amount of extra content at a really good price for the complete version of the game, which is awesome. You can't ask for anything better. In this first-person RPG, you play as the son of a blacksmith, who gets suddenly thrust into a civil war, and now you must pick up a sword, become a knight, and help fight back against the invading forces. On release, this game came out of nowhere. The studio's not that well known, and nobody expected a game of this quality to come from them. But hey, everybody who played it loved it, it got rave reviews, and is done very well, made from the ground up to be as authentic to reality and history as possible. So if you always wanted to be a medieval knight, this is your game. Why not take a look at it? Like I said, it's my star buy. You'll love it, I promise. And hey, if you've never played a third-person RPG before, this is a good quality game to start, and you get a lot of content thrown in as well. I can't recommend this game highly enough. If you like any of what I've said, then you should definitely take a look at it. Like I said, it's my star buy. It's well worth your time. Why not check it out? We have a third-person thriller next, Murdered Soul Suspect. It was released in 2014, so it's 9 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is really great. This is a third-person action thriller, where you play Ronan O'Connor, a detective in Salem who was brutally murdered, and now you're trapped in the world of Dusk, where you must use your new supernatural abilities to investigate a string of murders, including your own. This game has mixed reviews on launch, but there was a lot of early bugs which didn't help. I'm assuming by now they've worked out the bugs, and you're getting a AAA game at a really good price. Games don't get much cheaper than this, especially ones from a high-profile publisher. If you like investigating games, or you like the idea of being a ghost trying to solve your own murder, you might just want to take a look at this game, because it looks really good for this price. Next up we have Silence. It was released in 2016, so it's 7 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is really cheap. In this point-and-click adventure, you and your little sister hide in a bomb shelter from the war outside, but soon find the crossroads to another world that your sister vanishes into, and now you must journey into Silence to find her. This looks like a really cool point-and-click adventure, with a pretty intriguing story, so if you're a fan of that genre, why not take a look at it? You might enjoy this one. But if you've never played one of these before, then I'm not sure I'd recommend them. Point-and-click adventures are very unique and very niche, and they're well known for having very obtuse or confusing puzzles, which really annoy or put off most people. So if you're not familiar with this genre, then just beware you might not like it. But in any case, if you want to try it, why not take a look at it? It looks like a decent example of the genre at a really good price. It might just be worth the risk for you, so why not check it out? We have an adventure game next, State of Mind. It was released in 2018, so it's 5 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is really awesome, as this game looks really cool, and I'm surprised more people haven't talked about it. This is an adventure game set in Berlin 2048, where resources are low, pollution illness is rampant, crime is rising, and technological salvation is promised by the companies and the government. After an explosion, you find your wife and son are missing, and now you must find the truth through investigating the companies and the government and finding out what really happened to your family, and whether they're even alive anymore. This game looks like a really awesome good quality game that I'm surprised I've never heard anything about. I've only ever seen it in sales, and quite frankly, it looks like it deserves to be more well known than it is, because as far as I'm concerned, nobody's ever heard of this game, and that's a shame, as it seems to have a really cool story in a really cool world with great production values. Definitely take a look at it, and if you've never played this sort of game before, at this price, you're not risking much, so why not take a look at it? It looks like amazing value, and I don't think you can go far wrong with it. We have a puzzle platformer next, Super Meat Boy. It was released in 2015, so it's 8 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.29, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it for non-PS Plus users, and a really good price, especially if you don't have PS Plus. In this game you are an animated cube of meat, whose lady gets kidnapped, and now it's up to you to conquer over 300 hard-as-nails levels, including epic boss fights, portals, traps, unlockable secrets, hidden characters and more. It's a really difficult puzzle platformer, so if you like challenging games, and that I'm going to have to play this level 300 times to complete it, but I'll really love it when I do it sort of gameplay, then you'll love this game. It was massive back in the day when it came out, and if you like this sort of thing, you'll love this. It's one of the best of the genre, and it'll be remembered like that as well, so why not take a look? And hey, if you've never played a puzzle platformer before, I'm not sure I'd recommend this one. It's really difficult. Like if you're not into old school arcade games where the difficulty is through the roof, don't even think about trying this. But if you like difficult games, or games that just give you something to try for, then you might really enjoy this. So if you like the sound of it, why not take a look at it? But be warned, it is difficult, and you might not like it if you don't get on with that sort of thing. It's an amazing game at an amazing price. So if you like the sound of it, why not check it out? You'll probably enjoy it. Up next is The Long Journey Home. It was released in 2018, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is a really great price for a really cool looking game. In this game, mankind's first experimental jump drive malfunctions on its maiden test flight, and now you and your crew are stranded across the galaxy, so it's up to you to explore and scavenge for the resources and help you need in order to make it safely back to Earth. Yeah, they've ripped off the story from Farscape, but hey, that's not a bad idea. That's a great TV series, watch it if you haven't, and you like sci-fi, trust me, you'll love me for it. In any case, back to the game. I really like the idea of this roguelike, it looks really cool to me, and if you like sci-fi games, I think you'll really enjoy playing it, so why not take a look at it in that case. And hey, if you've never played a roguelike game before, then I would definitely recommend this one, especially if you like sci-fi games and themes, you'll probably really enjoy it. So in that case, why not check it out, if you like the sound of it. Next up is This Is the Police 2. It was released in 2018, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £3.74, which is a really good price. This is a turn-based strategy game, and in this story-driven game you get to run the local sheriff's department your way, managing your troops, investigating crimes, interrogating suspects, and incarcerating criminals. You get to make tough decisions along the way that test your commitment to the law and your morals as well. I completed the first game of this series and I absolutely loved it. It was really simple, but it was brilliantly done. I replayed it loads of times and had a lot of fun with it. And I'm really intrigued to play this sequel. They've changed up the gameplay a bit to be a turn-based strategy game, but I love those games as well. So I'm really keen to play the sequel, and if you like turn-based strategy games, especially ones with cool stories, you'll probably really enjoy this as well. So why not take a look at it? And hey, if you've never played a turn-based strategy before, then I'm not sure I'd recommend starting with this one. I really like the look of it, and it's a really good price, but you can get AAA ones for around the same price as well. This definitely isn't bad, so if you really like the look of it, why not take a look at it? But if you're not sure, you can get much more AAA ones at about the same price. So in that case, why not subscribe, and then you won't miss them when they go on sale next. And the final game I have for you is Wasteland 3 Colorado Collection. It was released in 2021, so it's only 2 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £7.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal, especially for a game of this quality, with a ton of DLC included, as this collection includes the Battle of Steeltown and the Cult of the Holy Detonation DLC as well, as some extra gear for your character, so you're getting the complete version of the game, with a lot of extra content included, which is really great. It makes it a really cool deal. In this turn-based strategy RPG, you get to take control of some desert rangers as you try to save Arizona by embarking on a desperate quest to gain help in exchange for ridding Colorado of 3 bloodthirsty warlords. It features base building, story decisions, and 2-player online multiplayer as well, so it's a great game to play with your mates. This game series is really highly acclaimed, they got really well reviewed when they came out, and people have loved them ever since. They started a really good franchise with these games, and I think they'll be well remembered for decades to come. If you're a fan of RPGs or isometric games, you should definitely check these out. There's a ton of content in them, and everybody raves about them. They're really good quality games. Why not check them out? And if you've never played a turn-based strategy RPG before, this looks like the best series to start with. Now you could always start with the older ones first if you want, but that's up to you. This is a really good one with a ton of content, so you can always check this one out, or you can wait for another sale and hope the other ones come on sale as well. So why not subscribe, and then you won't miss out when they do. And that's all the games I have for the Games Under £15 PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones or did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it? Or should some other game have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments, and we can talk about it later. I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.